Welcome to United Report, your daily hub for all things Manchester United, from transfer news and match updates to exclusive stories. We've got you covered. If you're a true Red Devil, hit subscribe and join the United family. Glory, glory, Man United. Marcus Rashford's Barcelona debut was anything but magical. Nearly a decade after his stunning breakthrough at Manchester United, the 27-year-old endured a humiliating first appearance for Barca, subbed on at half-time and dragged off after just 33 minutes. This comes after his season-long loan from United, where he fell out of favour under Ruben Amorim. From being hailed by Michael Carricks in 2016 to struggling for rhythm in Japan, Rashford's journey has taken a dramatic turn. But with Hansi Flick backing him and a 26 million permanent option on the table, could he still turn it around? Let's break it all down, including his next test, a reunion with Jesse Lingard in South Korea. Marcus Rashford's humiliating debut for Barcelona comes almost 10 years after his first start for Manchester United, after which he was hailed by former teammate Michael Carricks. Rashford joined the La Liga champions last week on a season-long loan move after becoming surplus to requirements under Ruben Amorim at Old Trafford. After kicking off life in Catalonia by training with his new teammates, Rashford then flew out on the club's pre-season tour of Japan. A 3-1 victory over J-League side Vissel Kobe followed in what was his first match for the club. However, it was an embarrassing baptism for Rashford, who came on at half-time before being replaced in just the 78th minute. His low-key bow for Barca is worlds apart from when former United star Carricks gushed over Rashford's senior debut for his boyhood club in February 2016. Rashford was only 18 when he was brought into the United starting lineup against FC Midtjylland in the Europa League as a last-minute replacement for the injured Anthony Martial. He quickly announced himself to the world as he scored twice in a 5-1 United win. Afterwards, in what is a far cry from the reaction to his Barca debut, Carricks lauded Rashford. "It's great. You can't put a price on that for the younger lads, especially Marcus. It's incredible and brings back memories for me when I made my debut," Carricks told MUTV. "It's what football's all about and what this club has been about for so long. For a local lad to do that and come through the system like that, I'm delighted for him." After his first minutes for Barcelona, manager Hansi Flick explained why the 27-year-old came off just over half an hour after coming on. "He's a week behind the others," Flick said. "He hasn't been training as much with the ball, and we want to look after him. It was a very good match, a good test for us. The first 30 minutes were fantastic. After that, we lost a bit of control, but the second half was also very good. I'm pleased. What they do with the ball, how they pressed us, it's really interesting. You can tell they have a clear idea, and it's similar to ours." Rashford hadn't played for United since December 2024 after being dropped by Amorim. He spent the second half of the 2024-25 season on loan at Aston Villa. Barca have the option to make Rashford's deal permanent for 26 million next summer after he was handed the number 14 shirt, previously worn by Thierry Henry at the club. Since arriving, he has claimed that his new residence feels like home. "I'm very excited," Rashford told Barcelona's YouTube channel upon his unveiling. "It's a club where people's dreams come true, they win big prizes. What the club stands for means a lot for me. I feel like I'm at home, and a big factor in my choice to come here is because it is a family place, and a good place for good players to showcase their skills. Another factor is because the conversations I had with Hansi Flick were positive. Hattie did last season was terrific. To lead such a young team to a very successful season and come back to pre-season and still want to do more, it shows me everything I thought I knew about the club, and it's everything I wished. I'm eager to learn the Barcelona way." Next up for Barcelona is a friendly against Seoul in the South Korean capital on Thursday. Rashford will have a reunion with ex-United teammate Jesse Lingard, who captains the K-League side. After another impressive display, this time in a 2-1 win over West Ham, Matheus Cunha is quickly showing why Manchester United splashed 62.5 million to bring him in from Wolves. The Brazilian forward isn't just about goals, it's his relentless energy, physicality and defensive work rate that are turning heads. From winning balls in his own box to bulldozing through midfield, Cunha is becoming a perfect fit in Ruben Amorim's system. Is he already undroppable? Let's break down his latest performance and what it means for United's new-look attack. After recording 45 minutes of first-team action against Leeds, Matheus Cunha played another 65 minutes for Manchester United against West Ham on Sunday. Ruben Amorim's side won the encounter 2-1, and while Bruno Fernandes netted both in a man-of-the-match display, Cunha also impressed. The 26-year-old arrived from Wolves for 62.5 million, and quite frankly, he's a player United have been crying out for. Forgetting the goals he will bring, Cunha's physicality and zealous nature will be warmly welcome at Old Trafford. After just 2 minutes, Cunha's best work was at the other end of the pitch. Mucking in on the edge of United's box, the Brazilian won the ball back to turn over possession. His aggression ultimately led to Højlund bearing down on goal and hitting the post. There's a clear need for him to prove himself, and there was no greater example than his long shot at goal midway through the first half. Maybe it was a little eager, but it was positive and direct. His ability to use either foot, as he feigned on one and hit it with the other, will also prove problematic for defenders. After 35 minutes, when his pass to Højlund on the edge of the box didn't pay off, his ferocious nature to win the ball back led to him earning the opportunity of a shot on goal. It was ultimately blocked, but the desire was more promising than the end product. Amorim stuck with his starting 11 at half-time, resisting the urge to make wholesale changes to get as many minutes in as many different legs as possible. Perhaps a hint that he is finding his strongest 11 already. Kuna is very much a part of that. Just moments into the second half, Kuna broke through the Hammers midfield, driving the ball forward more like a rugby player than a footballer. He did something similar against Leeds too. That ability to be tough to tackle and burst through the ranks as United transition from defence to attack is something they desperately need, and to prove his earlier defensive heroics weren't a fluke, on the hour mark he was sliding to win the ball again. His crucial touch was followed by Ahmad also sliding to win the ball. United won it back. With the exception of the ever-exasperated Fernandes, it oftentimes felt last season as though only the young Ivory Coast international was the one willing to chase down every ball and put in the effort. Cunha is willing too. While attitude question marks off the pitch remain, there is no doubting his voracious nature on it. Manchester United have spent £133.5 million this summer on Matthias Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo, but somehow the striker problem still isn't solved. Despite Ruben Amorim's frustration, United head into their pre-season tour in Chicago without a proven centre-forward, and time is running out before their Premier League opener against Arsenal on August 17th. With Marcus Rashford off to Barcelona and Rasmus Højlund misfiring last season, fans are growing impatient. Now the club are chasing Benjamin Sesko and eyeing Randall Kolo Muani, while top targets like Delap, Ekitike and Gyökeres have slipped through the net. Can United finally land a proper number 9, or will another season of struggle in front of goal await? Manchester United have spent £133.5 million on 2 forwards in the summer transfer window, yet still remain without a proven centre-forward. The club have signed Matthias Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo from Wolves and Brentford respectively, with young left-back Diego Leon the only other first-team addition so far. That will come as a disappointment for Ruben Amorim, who wanted deals wrapped up before the pre-season tour. United are now in Chicago on that tour and are still yet to address many of the issues in their squad. One of the most obvious is the lack of goals, after they managed just 44 in 38 Premier League games as they finished 15th last season. Rasmus Højlund scored 10 goals in 52 games in total, 4 of which came in the league, and with Marcus Rashford having left on loan for Barcelona, there is a need for a new striker. Mirror Football understands that after negotiations for Mbeumo dragged on, there is a feeling that United may start the Premier League season on August 17th without a new striker. They will hope that isn't the case, and here are the latest reports. RB Leipzig have reduced their asking price for Benjamin Sesko in a boost for United. Earlier in the summer, Arsenal were put off by the German side, demanding a fee between £68 and £85. But now it has been suggested that £70 million would be enough to secure his services. United were beaten to the signings of Liam Delap by Chelsea, to Hugo Ekitike by Liverpool and to Victor Gyökeres by Arsenal. But their head of scouting, Christopher Vivell, has been to watch Sesko personally and is pushing for a deal to happen. The 22-year-old got 22 goals in 45 games last season and is under contract with Leipzig until June 2029. United would likely need to offload the likes of Jadon Sancho and Alejandro Garnacho before they could afford another big outlay. Another striker United have been linked with is Randall Kolo Muani, who is very much available from Paris Saint-Germain. He has been sent to train with the PSG youth team by manager Luis Enrique, who has made it clear he has no future with the club. The France international spent last season on loan with Juventus, who have seen a few bids rejected by PSG. He is now in the PSG bomb squad, along with Milan Skriniar, Marco Asensio, Carlos Soler, Nordi Mukiele and Renato Sanchez. The problem is, Kolo Muani still has 3 years on his contract after signing from Eintracht Frankfurt for £76.4 million 2 years ago. PSG reportedly want £52 million for his signature, but Juve will push for another loan. Tyrese Nubisi is leaving Manchester City's academy this summer, but won't be moving across the city to United. The men report that French side Strasbourg have won the race for his services, having convinced the 16-year-old that his development would be best served with them. The French central midfielder was identified as a potential signing by United, who know that recruiting players domestically is easier since Brexit. But Nubissi is heading abroad after confirming his exit from the Etihad. After an incredible 2 years filled with hard work and dedication, it's time for me to turn a page and face a new challenge, he said on Monday.